Hello, friends. Welcome to Akul Mac Live, and I am Chandrakant. Today, we want to discuss the case surrounding Raj Kundra getting involved into some sort of obscene material being published on the net and also in production. So, to draw light on this particular subject, we will have a very interesting discussion and also clarify what are the laws governing such an issue. Before I start, I have to tell you that there is this QR code on the screen. All you have to do is point your mobile phone camera and you will get instantly connected with us. So don't go anywhere, friends. I will meet you after a short break along with my guest. Welcome back, friends. And today we will discuss about the recent development. And all of us have heard about Mr. Raj Kundra and Shilpa Shetty being interrogated for pornographic material. To discuss this, I have a very distinguished lawyer in our studios, Mr. Jeet Bhatt. Jeet, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chandrakant, for having me on this show. And yes, today we are going to discuss about this recent case which has been registered against Raj Kundra and his company for publishing and creating pornographic content on OTT and mobile applications.
Yes, so I think most of our viewers may not be knowing the laws prevailing. So we would like to hear from you. What are the laws for distributing and also creating such content? We would like to know from you.
Yes, Chandrakant, absolutely. Yes, so before I state the legal provisions which are in this case applied, let me just give you a brief timeline of how this case developed and how Mr. Kundra was arrested. So Mr. Kundra had started an Arms Prime Media Private Limited company, which is registered in India. And the company was registered for sporting and other recreational activities. But they developed an application, namely Hot Shots, and which is what is right now under controversy because they published contents which are obscene in nature. And the contents were being published from UK. And Mr. Kundra had also sold this company in 2019 to his brother-in-law, who is based in UK. So their defense, what they are saying is that this content is not being published in India, and therefore Indian authorities do not have the jurisdiction to investigate. But the police is authorized and is investigating because the content is being created in India. And the persons involved are also based in India. And therefore, the police does have the authority and power to investigate this offense. But Mr. Kundra had sold this company, and probably only because in 2019, an actress had registered a case against Mr. Kundra and his company, alleging that despite of no contract, they continued to post her pictures and videos on the app and even leaked her personal mobile number. So based on that complaint, some investigation was going on. And in that defense, Mr. Kundra said that he had sold the Hotshot application for $25,000 in 2019 to a UK-based company called Kendrin Private Limited, which is owned by his brother-in-law, Pradeep Bakshi. But as per the statement of the police, Mr. Kundra continued to supply content and control the UK firm from his another company, namely Vian Industries office. So therefore, the activities were undertaken from India. But what has happened subsequently is that in June 2020, this application was removed from online applications like Google and App Store because of its pornographic content. In February 2021, Mumbai police raided a bungalow in Mud Islands and busted a live porn video filmmaking racket. And according to the sources, an FIR came to be registered against Raj Kundra after a woman approached the police, alleging that on the pretext of audition, he was calling women, thereafter taking shots with respect to audition and then publishing it on these online platforms. So his name also came up in this creating content which is obscene and pornographic. And therefore, police had called him for questioning on 19th of July, 2021. And after questioning, they found material that he is involved, and therefore they arrested him under offenses under the Indian Penal Code as well as under the Information Technology Act of 2000. And he was thereafter on the next day produced before the magistrate along with a remand application. And the police sought for his police custody on the ground that there is sufficient material against him. An investigation is going on, and his presence in the police is required in order to facilitate the investigation. And therefore, the court also granted police custody for 3 days on the ground that his presence is required before the police in order to investigate this offense. And therefore, his custody was granted, and later on, his custody was also extended for another period of 3 days, I think, which is going to end today. And today, his bail application is to be heard before the Bombay High Court. But yes, so what are the laws prevalent in India with regards to publishing and creating pornographic content is provided under the Indian Penal Code as well as under the Information Technology Act. Because earlier, Section 292 of the Indian Penal Code of 1860 dealt with the provisions with respect to publication of obscene books, etc. But this provision was not sufficient, because from 2000, with the technological advancement, now the contents are produced on online platforms and transmitted through social media and other various applications online. So therefore, the Parliament enacted the Information Technology Act of 2000, wherein certain offences which are in the realm of this World Wide Web came to be introduced in India, and publication or transmission of sexually explicit material came to be an offense from this Act of 2000. So basically the offenses are under Section 292 of the Indian Penal Code and Section 67 of the Information and Technology Act. So Section 293 of the Indian Penal Code makes it illegal to sell, distribute, exhibit, or circulate obscene objects to anyone under the age of 20 years. And Section 294 makes it a crime to do any obscene act or sing obscene songs in public place. So these are the offense, the prohibitions provided under the Indian Penal Code, which make it an offense to do any of the acts which are prescribed thereafter. So what is obscene is also provided under Section 292, and it is if it is lascivious or appeals to the prurient interest, or if its effects such as to tend to deprave and corrupt a person who reads, sees, or hears it. So this kind of material comes within the definition of obscenity and becomes a crime in India. So therefore, publication or transmission of pornographic material becomes illegal by way of this provision in India. But there's an interesting question which came up before the Supreme Court, was whether within the privacy of a person, can an individual watch pornographic content? And with the Supreme Court judgment that privacy is also a part of fundamental rights guaranteed under the Constitution, a person watching in his privacy content which is obscene or pornographic, it would not become a crime. So therefore, watching it in privacy would not become a crime, but storing or transmitting pornographic content which involves children is a crime under the prevention under the POCSO Act of 2012. And therefore, there is a distinction. If any material which is obscene and involves children, even storing it or transmitting it is an offense under the Indian law, that is the POCSO Act of 2012, and makes it a crime involving a child or children for pornographic purposes. And it prescribes a punishment of at least 5 years jail term with fine. So therefore, publication and transmission of content which is sexually explicit in nature, which involves a children or a child pornography, then it's a serious offense. And you cannot even store it and transmit it. So therefore, everybody has to be very careful, because such, even storing it amounts to a crime under the law, under the POCSO Act of 2012. And Section 67B of the IT Act makes it punishable for anyone to publish or transmit material depicting children in sexually explicit acts in electronic form. So within this provision, creating text or digital images or collecting, browsing, downloading, advertising, promoting, exchanging, or distributing any material that depicts children in obscene or indecent or sexually explicit manner is completely prohibited and is an offense under the Indian law. So these are the provisions which basically deal with these contents. But watching it in privacy would not, except it does not involve children, would not be a crime. So this is the legal position as far as the provisions in Indian Penal Code, the POCSO Act, and the Information Technology Act of 2000 are concerned.
Well, Jeet, now Raj Kundra is still under remand and investigation is going on. So, and it seems that he has, an army of lawyers trying to fight out the case. He's very rich actually, because he has made it in real estate in the UK. He's a UK citizen. So considering all these factors, I want to know, as a citizen of India, that can we actually proceed against him because he is not a citizen of India? What are the options available for Indian government to try him out and if found guilty, to jail him?
Well, in fact, the Indian Penal Code applies to every person who commits a crime in India. So it does not distinguish whether he's an Indian citizen or he's a citizen of any other country. If the crime is committed in India or within the jurisdiction of India, in fact, now with the IT Act and provisions, even if the offense is, if the victim is in India and somebody commits an offense, say through electronic form outside in India, like phishing attacks or electronic attacks which are based outside India, but the Indian police can investigate and also arrest the persons out of India and can bring them to India and try them. So therefore, he has been arrested. He is within the custody of the police, and he certainly can be tried in India for the offenses which has been alleged against him in India, and he can be, if found guilty, can be convicted and sent to imprisonment in India. There is no such protection given to any person who is not a citizen in India.
So this brings me to my next question, which is regarding the, it seems that Raj had complete knowledge of the Indian laws and he was trying to find escape routes, and that's why in 2019 he sold prima facie his company to his relative in UK. Will this incident help him in any way, getting rid of his responsibility of doing something illegal in India, but then walking out saying that, hey, it's not my company, I sold it off in 2019. Can he walk away like that?
As per the investigation which is going on and what is being circulated on the media, it appears that there have been WhatsApp chats wherein he was the admin of the group, and there were regular discussions happening wherein he also participated after 2019, after selling his company. So what the police agencies are saying is that he sold it only with a view to save himself. But under criminal law, he cannot, if he's involved, irrespective of whether he's owner of the company or not, if his role is found and if there is incriminating material against him, then that cannot be an excuse, that cannot be his defense, that he sold his company and he was not involved.
So I think you have explained very nicely, Jeet, and many people may not be aware of how the law works. So in this particular case, Raj Kundra has committed some sort of offense, which is obviously under investigation right now. And if found guilty, he will be tried under various sections of IPC. Jeet, thank you so much for finding time today morning and coming and explaining this whole thing to us, to our viewers.
Thank you, Marivish, for having me, Chandrakant. Thank you.
So I will catch up with you, Jeet, in the next episode of Legal Matters. Until then, I'd like to say goodbye for today.
Goodbye, Chandrakant. See you next week.